it is determined that somebody broke rules, then certainly that will be first dealt with from the university standpoint, from the eligibility standpoint.
Will you guys, are you thinking about any suspensions at this point?
Oh, certainly, yeah. Because I don't know what the facts are. Again, my job right now is to fully cooperate with the investigation, and nobody wants this to move along more quickly than I do. And the only way to do that is to fully cooperate. So, in my role in this right now is to make sure the student athletes are honest, with the NCAA and obviously with university officials. But other than that, I have no contact with the NCAA, and I have no contact with the players on any particular issues that they were talking about.
How difficult have these last 30 or so hours been for you, just to be talking about it and not really sure and trying to coach a team at the same time?
I'm not going to say it's not difficult, but again, it's like I'm standing here in front of you because because I want to make sure we get it right. I want to make sure we, as quickly as we can get to the bottom of whatever happened, then we can move forward. And I wasn't here when it happened, so again, for me and my staff and the student athletes, we're trying to get to the bottom of it so we can move forward. And the only way you do that is to cooperate with the NCAA and get the truth.
Coach, do you feel not only disappointed, but maybe you feel like you're broadsided? Do you come into a situation with the excitement of turning around a program and this happens?
No, because we'll get through this. We'll get through this. I mean, again, I feel like Temple prepared me for this opportunity. We had so many issues when we first got there, and so many of them were carryovers from the previous regime, and we stood in there and fixed it, and we fixed it with the lowest APR in the country, and we had players suspended for violations, from things that happened before I got there, and we had 54 scholarship student athletes my first year, and we came through it. So again, I think that has prepared me for this. But I mean, you can sit there and feel sorry for yourself or say you got blindsided, but at the end of the day, we have a chance to be a really good football team, and obviously we have a chance to be a great program moving forward.
This is a situation that you guys are dealing with. What's your biggest fear as a coach right now?
What's my biggest fear? Obviously you don't want to be tied to it. You don't want to be tied to it in terms of we work really hard from a compliance standpoint. We work really hard from an education standpoint. I'm telling you, harder than most, maybe the hardest. And it's something that's part of our fabric. It's part of our DNA. It's something we address every day. Again, we send out emails. We talk about extra benefits. We talk about agents. We talk about all these things that are examples all over the country. So it's something that we take very seriously. And clearly, if there was an infraction and there was errors made in judgment by student athletes on our team, then they'll be dealt with by the university, and obviously in conjunction with the NCAA. And so that's where we're at right now.
What does it mean for fall practice in your first game?
Well, I mean, right now, again, we've been trying to talk about being a mentally tough team and being a unified team, and I think this is going to test that. So we'll see where we're at. I'm no different than you guys. I come to work and I come and talk to you guys, and as I'm talking to you, the players start walking out behind me. But I really don't know what their attitude is going to be and how they're going to approach practice here in 20 minutes. I hope they have. I hope there's good leadership in that locker room. I hope there's enough guys that know they've done it the right way and that paid a price. I know we have those types of student athletes here, and I have a feeling they'll keep focusing on getting better and getting ready for Maryland.
Did you address this with your team either last night or this morning?
I'm not allowed. The only thing I've addressed is that just to make sure that we have right now the only person speaking on this matter is me, Chris Freed, the president, or Sean Eichhorst from the university, maybe legal counsel. But that's it. And we just want to make sure that they don't get in a situation where they're saying things and they're not very prepared for. This is a very complicated issue, obviously, because of the source and because of the allegations. But again, I'm here to get to the bottom of it.
I just meant from a speech like keep your heads up, or don't let it affect practice. Or that.
No, just what I said to you just a couple minutes ago. Just we're just trying to move forward. Again, if whatever the number that is, being interviewed right now or being named, that makes up less than 10% of our team. So it's really important to understand that we have a lot of guys in that locker room that do things the right way and that come from great families and have made good decisions and that want to improve today and want to get better. So again, we have to manage to the team and not just the guys that if they did make a mistake, we don't want to just manage to them.
Just your practice plan though, knowing that somebody started?
No, I think, Heather, what's going to happen there is when we start getting into preparation for Maryland, this is very basic preparation right now. We're just trying to improve our team, but as we get ready for Maryland, we'll hopefully and swiftly learn if there was errors that were made. Again, when I say I don't know, I don't know what's in the article. I don't know what the allegations are. All I go by is what the university legal counsel tells me and what the NCAA tells me. And so if there are guys that are going to have to sit out games, then we'll adjust our practice accordingly.
Al, just to be clear, yesterday you said that you had no idea that this was percolating when you were hired here as
Correct.
coach. Did the university have a responsibility to tell you that this was?
Only if they knew, George. If they knew that this was percolating, I believe they did have a responsibility to tell me. I believe they have a responsibility to tell Sean. But look, I'm happy here. My wife's happy here. We got great kids on this team. And we have commitments from 24 young men and their families that appreciate and share our core values moving forward. And again, from what I'm understanding, that many of these allegations go back, 3 years, at the minimum, all the way back to the early part of the 2000s. So, it's hard for me to. I only have one kid at that time. Now I have 3 children. So my life's changed a lot since then. So I'm just trying to move forward.
Have you talked to any recruits last night? Any of them call you or call any of them?
Really, I needed another day to find out what the facts were. I think the coaches obviously wanted to assuage any what the heck is going on. I think our coaches got in touch with their coaches and ultimately with the recruits. But until I know exactly what the facts are and what's going on, it's really important that we don't rush to judgment and start saying things that I'm not privy to. But clearly, for us, we're trying to move forward quickly.
Did you read that Yahoo Sports article?
I did not. No.
Coach, you feel a responsibility not only to get your team ready for Maryland, but the responsibility will also be that the guys who are non-named winners, who are not to look at the guys who were named, not to judge them.
Well, correct. I would hope that we would learn from them. It's no different. We're in an educational setting, and it's no different than if a student makes a mistake on campus. We just don't toss them out. We don't turn our back on them. We try to educate them, and they're all at an age right now where, certainly if they were exposed to Mr. Shapiro, clearly, we have to make sure that we prevent that from going forward. So how do you do that? Well, you do that by getting to the facts, by getting to the truth. And, how did this guy, if he did, how did he get around our players like that? And so I know, me as a head coach, I want to know. And I know our assistant coaches want to know because we want to make sure it never happens again. It shouldn't happen. Okay, guys.
Thank you, Coach.